something which is very relatable. For example, we are going to be looking at how do you select an electric vehicle, so topics like these. And we have with us a speaker who is from an organization which is into EV selection, fleet optimization, route selection, and all that. How do you decide what electric vehicle to buy based on your requirements? So our speaker for the day on EV selection and fleet management is going to be Mr. Lalit Chauhan. Mr. Chauhan has more than 12 years of experience and works as a strategy and business development consultant for multiple companies operating in the EV space in India. His expertise areas include mobility data analysis, charging strategy analysis, battery and motor sizing, charging infrastructure sizing, and energy infrastructure sizing. He currently is also associated with Microgrid Labs, which is based out of the US and provides consulting services and modeling software for renewable energy-based microgrids, energy storage, and charging infrastructure. Prior to this, he was working as a senior manager with Siemens and has expertise in the industrial automation solutions and energy management solutions, including motors, geared motors, circuit breakers, MCCBs, contactors, relays, and so on. So with that being said, I would now like to invite Mr. Lalit Chauhan for the session on EV selection and fleet management.
Yeah, thank you. Hope I am audible.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Thanks for the introduction, Dhruv. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lalit Chauhan. So as Dhruv has already explained you about the things that we are going to see in this session, and so you will be sharing the screen, or shall I share my screen?
Easier if you can share your screen.
Okay.
If there's a technical challenge, we can always provide a backup and we can share our screen.
Okay, I'll do that. So my screen is visible.
Yes, clearly.
Yeah. So okay, good afternoon, everyone. Once again, I'm starting with the slide deck. Thanks for the opportunity given to us to present our solution in this forum. So we are majorly talking about the fleet electrifications for this particular session. We also work into the microgrids as well. So as a company, I've just give you a little bit background about the company, Microgrid Labs. It started in April 2015 in US. So we are majorly working towards the softwares with respect to the fleet electrification and microgrids. So we have done many projects in fleet electrification for the commercial vehicles and for the microgrids as well. So coming to the fleet electrification, since from the previous sessions, everybody would know that the fleet electrification is a very new and a nascent industry which is coming across the globe, and there is a need of our to address this particular EV industry in a right way. So when if you see an ICE vehicle with respect to an EV vehicle, there is the full concentration is on the vehicle only, and there is no concentration or the concentration required on the required additional infrastructure. But when you talk about a EV, there is an additional infrastructure that you have to look upon is the charging infrastructure and the electrical and energy infrastructure along with the vehicle. So all these three things or the components are linked together and have an impact on each other. As you can see from my picture, all three are linked together: the EV, charging infra, and the electrical and energy infra. So as of now in the market, there is no publicly the tool is available where you can do the feasibility analysis of your routes that you want to do, that you want to electrify, and on those routes you want to run an electric vehicle, or you want to convert your fleet into the electric fleet from any traditional fossil fuel based fleet, like be it diesel, CNG, gasoline, and any other fuel based system. So as you can see that this fleet electrification is a bit complex system, because we are talking about the three components here: the vehicle itself, the charger infrastructure, and the electrical and energy infrastructure. So all these are linked together, and when you go take a deeper dive into the subject, you will find that there are other things are also involved in this, like the size of the battery and the type of the battery and the other options of energy that are available, like solar, the wind, how to integrate those energy system. What if your system, if your electricity goes out, like the system, there is a blackout. So what measures you will take in case of the blackout? So all those things, and all together, how the cost is look like, and how is your ROI look like. Uh, So this is the EV Opt ecosystem. Our solution name is EV Opt. So this is the EV Opt ecosystem where we are developing two software platform. One is the EV Opt Planner, which gives you the planning for the entire system. Then there is a EV Opt Controller, which gives you the real-time operations optimization. And inside the EV Opt Controller, there is a planner. So here you can see that each and every thing is interlinked to each other, and it's providing and exchanging the data, and it is giving you the real-time optimization and right optimization to do your operations of your fleet. So these are the components that we address as an individual component through our software platform for the planning of fleets. First component is the route analysis. First thing that you have to do as an end user or as a user is to get the right energy, the energy requirement of your route. What is the energy that you need? After getting that route energy, the next thing that you assess is the battery sizing based on your route energy. And when you do the battery sizing, you have to take the consideration factors like battery degradation, SOC range, and the lifetime of the battery. Then after that, you have got the third component called charging infrastructure sizing, like the charger rating, the number of chargers, the location of the chargers, and the port configuration of charger, whether it is a single port, dual port, or a multi-port. Then the schedule of the charging. Then your load. The fourth component that comes in is the energy infrastructure, where what is your load profile, how your all chargers are going to operate, and what is the impact on the grid at that time, what all other energy source you can utilize, the quality of the power, and the and this system in a way is called as a, in short, a microgrid systems. Then the last and final is the financial modeling, like what is the capex, opex, the asset utilization, your NPV analysis, and the emission analysis at last. Moving forward, so this is the first module that is there in the EV Opt Planner, is the route energy analysis. So the parameters that you have to take care, goes into the play is the vehicle parameters like weight, payload, and efficiency, and the route parameters like location and the duty cycle and the gradients. So duty cycle is nothing, is the speed versus time graph on a given particular route, where you trace the like whatever type of vehicle is running on that particular route, what is his g speed and the time graph. Then after keeping all this value into the system, you get the energy demand, daily energy demand, based on your vehicle schedule and vehicle operating parameters. Then before going to the second module of battery assessments, so you need to develop your charging strategy. So charging strategies are defined into majorly into two parts. Like when you go for the charging strategy development, you have to take the route parameters like route, trip, energy, and schedule. The other parameters like space, real estate, and cost. Based on that, you decide upon which charging strategy you should opt for, whether it is a depot or destination charging, whether it is a layover charging, whether it is a on route charging. And you can see a small, we're trying to show, give you a graphs based on these type. If you go for suppose destination charging, so you need a bigger battery, and this is how your battery will perform. If you go for a layover charging, the same route can be done with the 120 kWh battery, and this is how your operations looks like. Now this is the third thing, that what should be the optimum charger location. So based on your historic data, based on the infrastructure limitations, you will get the optimum charger location, and where the number of chargers and the size of chargers required, and you can go and install and do your operations successfully with the optimized solution. This is now the further module is the battery sizing. When we come to the battery sizing, there is the parameter that goes in is the route energy and the charging strategy that we have decided or developed in the previous slides, and then the battery parameters, the degradation and SOC range. Then after that we get the battery capacity from the module. It gives you two things. One is the minimum battery capacity that you need as per your route energy, and the suggested battery capacity which are available in the market. Now we come to the charging infrastructure sizing. So charging infrastructure sizing is based on the depot or a location based analysis. Previous two things like the route energy and the battery sizing is the vehicle based analysis. So charging infra is the depot or a location based analysis where the parameters of the earlier two, route and battery, comes in, and the other parameters like charging option, the electrical limits and other parameter goes in, and then there you get the analysis about the rating of the charger, number of the chargers, ports, average time, your daily energy demand, the maximum power that you need, and the your minimum transformer capacity that you need for to develop the charging infrastructure for your required fleet. And this is how your load profile looks like. Now this is the next module in our EVOP planner, is called drive range estimator. In this particular module, you will see your performance of the vehicle under different scenarios. You can see there are four graphs in each scenarios. So we have shown it for 1, 3, and 6 in terms of years. So blue color represents the theoretical max scenario. The orange color refers to the this range with the SOC reserve, and the gray color shows with the loading as in 50% passenger on board and AC of the vehicle in on condition. And the last one is the yellow color, which is with the 100% passenger loading and the AC on. Now finally this when you have done all the technical assessment of your entire fleet based on the route, chargers, battery and everything, the final thing that comes is as a total cost of ownership when you are transitioning from IEC vehicle to electric vehicle. So this is how all the parameters of previous modules comes in as a route energy, battery, vehicle parameters, and the financial parameters. Then you get the comparison of your fleet conversion from IEC to BEV. And then finally we have in the same the software platform the what if analysis, where you can have a changes into the financial parameters, can see the impact on your the total cost, like the modified or the revised total cost of ownership with respect to the changes in the financial parameters. And this is the final thing that is available in our software platform, is called financial dashboard, where you can see your entire all the financials in a single screen, where your total cost of ownership, cost per mile, net cash flow, and cumulative cash flow will come. This is one the advanced version screen shot that I am showing it to you. As of now, this particular thing is not available in the public domain to you for the users. As of now, we have only the basic version released, available on the as a SaaS platform, where it is available for free. So the other advanced versions will come in due time. So this is one more scenario of a charging process simulation, where you can see the charger sharing and the dedicated chargers. So this is how your entire operation of fleet look like. So this particular project was for 55 vehicles, wherein with the color combinations you can distinguish between what is happening in the entire fleet. So like the pink color is charging, the gray color, this brown color is for waiting for pull out, then pull out process, then waiting for the chargers. All this scenarios and the charging process is happening inside a particular given fleet. This is our EVOpt SaaS platform, and it is available at as a SaaS platform. You can access it through this web address, myevop.com. And these are the 4 modules that I was talking about. This is the light version, which is based on the single vehicle. This is the basic version, which is not yet released, will be released very soon, and the advanced and pro also. So here you can do a lot many other possibilities, or the deep analysis with respect to your fleet conversions. So as of now, the light version is available, and you can do a route energy assessment and a battery sizing, charger sizing, driving range estimator for a single vehicle, single route. So now I am taking you to the demo of the software. So this is the homepage of our software, myevop.com. Here you can see the entire details about the EVOP software and the things that we are doing in the EV space. This is the EVOP planner, EVOP controller that I have already told you about. Two software platforms. As of now, the planner is available. You can access the planner. Controller comes after your fleet is in operation. So before implementing, you need this only planner. So I'm going to show you now the taking you to the platform screen. So this is the home screen of the login page. So here, if you are not registered on this, you can go and you can do a simple sign up. And after that, you can use the software. So when you log in with your credential, so this is the screen after logging into the software platform. Here you can see the introduction, and here all you can see the tutorials about each of the modules that we have here. If you want to like have a deeper understanding about the modules. So this is the home page. Here from here you can create your project. So this is the detail that you have to fill for creating a project. It is a global tool. You can create in all the currencies like dollar, euro, Canadian dollar, and INR. You can create both the imperial and metric projects. So I am taking you to the project that I have already created just to save up on the time. So this is how our first module route energy looks like. This is the first screen of our route energy module is called operating schedule of your fleet. So here you fill your block route details, and this is the first thing that you have to fill is the start time of your operations. This is the end time of your operation, and how much distance your vehicle covers in on a given day, or a daily distance requirement of your vehicle. So that you have to fill in here. After filling all the information, you can click on the next button. Here you have to define the type of vehicle. As of now, bus is available. Like very soon, all this will be available to work upon. So I've selected the usage. Then under the type of vehicle, then you have to select the usage of your bus, whether it is a transit, shuttle, school, or delivery bus. So I'm using a transit bus for this particular application. Here you can select the size of the bus. So these are the typical size that we have seen in Indian market are available, 9 meter and 12 meters. If like any other vehicle size will come, we will certainly update the same into the library. Then this is the average number of passenger that travels every day into the bus. Then you can select your cabin cooling and heating requirements. So in India, we don't need the heating. So moreover, in India, we use the cooling. Then you can take this, the hourly consumption of the HVAC system. This usually comes from the manufacturer of EV. So this particular analysis I have done for the Karnataka, Bangalore. And this is the important thing that should be available once you go for a route energy or for the fleet electrification is the duty cycle. So here we already have the duty cycle available in our libraries. So this is for the Bangalore urban duty cycle. And if you have your own duty cycle, you can also do your custom duty cycle route energy analysis as well. And these are the predefined duty cycles that are available with us. So you can select a close duty cycle which is close to your operation, or if you want to generate your own, you can generate and you can upload the same. So after filling all the data, you can run the route energy analysis. Once you run the route energy analysis, it gives you the route energy. So this is the traction energy that you need. This is the HVAC energy that you need, and this is the auxiliary energy that you need to do your particularly route on a daily basis for a 200 kilometer. Now, after getting all this information, moving to the next module, battery sizing. So energy demand we have got from the previous module. Now we are going to calculate our battery size. So as I told you that before going for a battery sizing, you need to develop your charging strategy. For this particular module of ours, EVOpt Lite, we are only using a overnight charging. We are not using other charging strategies like the layover or en route. Uh, and this is the battery lifetime. This also comes from the the vehicle manufacturer or battery manufacturer. And this is the battery degradation that is also available from the OEM of vehicle or the battery. And this is the SOC range that OEM sometimes tells you, or you can also define it by yourself based on your experience. Well, this is an editable field. All these fields are editable. You can change depending upon your the type of vehicle that you are doing and the data available from the OEMs. After filling all the data, you can do the run analysis. So once we done the analysis, so our minimum battery size that has been suggested is 388 for doing the 200 kilometers distance on a daily basis with 40 passenger in 9-meter bus. And this is the suggested based on the market data. This is how your battery capacity profile looks like. Now moving to the third one, the driving range estimator. So most of the data is coming from the previous two modules as a pre-filled to save up on your time. If you want to change anything, you can change here. And this is again based on the overnight charging. This is your duty cycle data, which is coming from the previous one. Now you can see the driving range under different scenarios. So as we selected 6 years battery lifetime, so this is first year, this is second year, third year, this is the sixth year. And if you remember that we used the 200 kilometer distance as a daily distance for our vehicle. If you see at the end of the sixth year itself on the battery, you will get 200 kilometers range with 100% loading and HVAC. And if you see on the third year, it is actually giving you a 228 kilometers of range. If you see at the first year, it will give you the 243 kilometers range. So that is why the battery of 388 kWh was selected, because this system targets the battery according to your operations requirement. So the our EVOpt is actually giving you the entire system design based on your requirement of operation, based on your fleet type. And these are the different scenarios. You can go do all your project and you can check out by yourself. And if you find any like difficulties, you can get back to us. And if also you can give us these suggestions for any further improvement, or you want to have something more detailed about that something is missing into this as per the Indian scenario. Now I'm moving to the charger sizing. So as I told you, that charger sizing is basically based on the center location or a depot or a specific location. So, and how many numbers of vehicles are there. for the similar type. Like if we talk about the buses, or particularly about the transit buses, so there are number of vehicles that runs on the same route. So for this case, to simplify that, we have taken 5 numbers of vehicle that are running on this particular route. Energy is coming from our previous module. That battery size we have already calculated using our battery size module, and this is how the operations of our vehicles look like. The vehicle start time is like starting from the 6 in the morning, and it is start coming from the 9 p.m. in the depot. This is the further further things that you can bring into the charging strategy and scheduling, like the this is particularly based on overnight. So the other thing that you can do with the advanced versions of software are vehicle swapping, controlled charging, uncontrolled charging, queue management, charger restrictions, dedicated route or random route, whether your charging is dependent on electricity rate. Like as in the previous sessions, my colleague has described that there are time of day usage. So based on that, you can select whether this is applicable for your during your charging time or not. Is there any restriction of the transformer limit? So all this you can do in details in the advanced modules. So after hitting the analysis, this is how your charging charger sizing infrastructure report will look like. This is the load profile graph, and this is the charger rating, number of charger ports. This is a 1:1 vehicle, and this is the average charging time. This is total energy demand. This is the maximum power demand. This is the minimum transformer capacity that is required to build the charging infrastructure and energy infrastructure. So after doing the analysis, now we are moving towards the total cost of ownership for this single bus study, that for of a single route that we did. So these are the data which is coming from our previous modules. Yeah. So now you have to fill the data about your current operations, like the what type of fuel is there, what is the cost of the buses. So for the sake of calculation and the data that we gathered into the Indian market so far, is like we are taking the 40 lakh as the diesel bus cost of 9-meter AC bus, and for the fuel calculation we take the fuel cost as 85. Maintenance cost of electric for the diesel bus we are considering as 8 rupees. That also we gathered from the market data, but you can these all fields are editable. You can fill all your exact data if you have. Then vehicle lifetime, then number of this days of operation in a year. Like most of the transit agencies operates between 350 to 360 days. After that, this data is like coming from then the cost of the electric bus. So 9-meter electric bus, typically that what we have seen in Indian market costs somewhere around 1.3 cr. I'm not sure about the cost, but this is one random from various reports and from the data available on Google we have found. Then we have taken an factor based charging infrastructure cost. Then the maximum subsidy available for an electric bus of 9-meter is 45 lakhs as per the FAME2 scheme. This is the battery lifetime that we have already filled. This is one battery replacement cost which we have considered based on this on a factor assumption. This is a battery resale value that is again we have considered on a factor based, but you can edit this data if you have the real values. You can do that. This is the interest rate that you can fill and do, and this is the discount rate for your NPV analysis and IRR analysis. This is the electricity cost of a for energy that you have to pay depending on where you are based in India, and the demand charges as per your electricity board. So as of now, I'm just using this arbitrary number, and from the various reports again, I'm for the namesake. This data is not the real data, but we are using for the calculation purpose gathered from the market. This is the again the emission. This is where you have to fill your grid emissions. So I'm using one number for the grid emissions. So after filling all this data, I'm doing the analysis. This is how your typical TCO looks like when you are going from a IEC 9-meter diesel bus to a 9-meter electric bus. So here you can see there is a bump. Bump is because of the replacement in the after the 6th year. And again, you can see your BEV cost comes down after the 9th year. These are all the, this is a radar chart based calculation. Here you can see only the investment at the start is high. Rest all is on the low in comparison to the IEC vehicle. Here is the entire calculations available for your reference. Now, after doing that, you can have, if you want to modify if you want to modify the financial parameters, or you want like that we call as a what if analysis. So this is what if analysis. Here you can change your BEV cost, subsidy cost, replacement, lifetime, electricity, demand charges, your ICE bus cost, diesel bus cost. You can change the fuel cost, interest, discount rate, and the number of operation. Then you can have your modified TCO. Once you do the changes, it reflects into the real time. You can see I have increased the energy charges. You can have a real time impact on the graph. After doing this, you can do the run analysis, and this is your modified TCO report available for the reference. And all this reports comes under your project. So when you go for the project, under the training name, I have created this project, and these are the reports that we have done so far. Like these are the reports that we have generated today. So this is it from my side. Now I'm open to the questions. If you have any question, we can take those questions. Thanks, Dhruv.
Thank you, Mr. Lalit. I think that was a wonderful tool that we saw towards the last part of the presentation. Pretty detailed, visually also, I think it is very appealing. So let us see if there are certain questions, participants, if you have anything with regards to the questions on this platform, please. So there is one question that I have received is whether these tools are free to use, the tools that you just showed us as demo.
Yeah, so the version EVOP Lite is currently available for free. You can use it, but other advanced versions that will come in sometime will be a paid tools.
Okay, so which means all of us can probably go through the tool, log in and see. We can also probably do a modeling of battery sizing, charging infrastructure for a vehicle designed even for our personal use based on the route size and charging infrastructure.
As of now, our our tool is majorly focused towards the fleet conversions, and very soon we are just tweaking the system so that the personal car users can also use the same tool.
I think that will be wonderful if it is available as a free tool for personal users, personal car users.
Personal car users should be free for the, and even the light tool which I have just showed you will remain free. Here you can do all the route energy assessments. That is a very prime or essential thing to once you have thought of moving into the electric vehicle. So first you need to establish what all energy your all routes are requiring. So this will always remain free. So you can further going into the details, you can at least establish the route energy, and then you can engage into the further assessment of the fleet electrifications.
That is wonderful, because I don't think there is any other tool, such tool available in the market, which allows users to have such kind of details for free. Will the tool also involve two-wheelers or three-wheelers? So that is a question that I have received just now.
So as of now, we have not modeled the vehicle for two-wheeler or three-wheelers, because generally we put the entire vehicle module inside our data library. So as of now, we have only models available for trucks, buses, cars, the small buses, delivery vans, all that. But very soon we are going to include the data for the two-wheeler and three-wheeler vehicle modules, because two-wheeler and three-wheelers, like there are so many manufacturers, so there are a lot of data available for that. So we will eventually do that, but that will take some time to put the vehicle model inside. Then you can use the entire tool. The only part that is missing is the vehicle model inside.
Right. Okay, so if there are any more questions, please feel free to post them on the chat platform, and our speaker will respond to them over chat itself. So that being said, so we have come towards the end of our session on EV selection and fleet management, and I would like to convey thanks on behalf of the entire team at Braintree Global, UK Pact, and RTI and UMTC to Mr. Lalit Chauhan for the session that has been delivered today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lalit, and thank you so much for joining in today and sharing your valuable experience with us.
So we look forward all participants to register and do the analysis, and there is a email ID available on the website. You can, if you have any other further questions, you can ask us directly, and you can ask us